Hi. Our problem description revolves around planning events between friends. Planning them tends to be tedious and takes a lot of time for the organizer. Additionally, it can be hard when people don't share availability or are unresponsive.
We have a primary persona who's a college student, part of multiple friend groups, eager to plan hangouts. Their goals are to plan hangouts involving multiple people, finding a location and time that works for as many people as possible, and communicating this with the attendees. Important aspects of the solution include finding a time and destination automatically given everyone's preferences, and notifying the attendees in advance, thus reducing the workload of the organizer.
Current solutions do not streamline the process of organizing Hangouts. Applications that attempt to create Hangouts are catered toward finding users new people to meet, rather than scheduling Hangouts with existing friends. Solutions that are too rigid and do not leave room for communication often fail because the platform limits the ability for users to communicate freely, as they would through text.
We did multiple user interviews from people from different backgrounds and ages, and we found that students hang out with close friends usually at regular spots. Work colleagues tend to rely on Slack bots and calendar websites to decide where and when to hang out. Older individuals usually hang out with their families, but sometimes with friends, also at regular spots.
So our first solution is what we call the chatbot organizer. It works by integrating with an existing chatbot and allows users to organize hangouts within their own group chats. First, an organizer would create a hangout, and then attendees could signal interest and vote on dates and times that work best for them, in addition to locations. And this approach is nice in that it integrates with what people already use to communicate among friend groups, namely chat apps. Our goals for the learning prototype revolve mainly around learning more about how we can best use the platforms, and potentially even to use a quick demo to conduct user tests and learn more about this approach.
Solution 2 is a standalone Hangouts application that will streamline the process of organizing a meetup. Inside the app, the user can create new groups. Organizers can create new Hangouts and specify a set of dates and times to potentially meet. The structure might be too rigid for every use case. Often, organizing events requires communication and discussion that the solution would not be capable of handling. A pro of a standalone app is freedom to develop beyond the limitations of a platform. Chatbots are very limiting in their interactivity. Our goals for this learning prototype revolve around learning more about the offerings and limitations of third-party APIs such as Yelp and Google Maps. Through creating test applications with basic API calls, we should be able to see the capabilities of these APIs in a mobile form factor.
Our solution number three is a profile based Hangouts app where someone can sign up, create a profile with their interests and schedule, and create a group to hang out with people to pick a spot and time. They can also match with new people with similar interests in their area and also use the chat functionality to communicate. We have three main people involved in this: the organizer who creates and moderates the group, the attendees who use weighted voting to pick on a spot and time, and a new friend that you can chat or add to a group based on matching. Our goals for the learning prototype are to decide which APIs to integrate functionality with, figure out a way to implement this chat functionality to make it seamless, and also find an algorithm to match users based on their interests. Further, we want to interview users to allow them to test the app for feedback.